Hello Twin Flames, this is Victoria and I'm here with the daily energy check-in. So let's get started right away. Today I've gone back to a couple of my older decks, so I'm going to be using the Sacred Traveler Oracle deck and to begin with, to see what's happening with DF and DM energies at the moment. And then we're going to get into the energy checks with the tarot cards. I'm going to be using the Steve Monk Tarot today and this pretty deck. And we'll see as usual what is the additional question, and today I'm actually got it to first pull the card to see what else do we need to know about, and then we'll see what the situation is like on that topic for each of the twins. Okay, let's get going, and if we have time, of course at the end I'm gonna pull some messages from DM to DF. All right, please remember that this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And of course, if it resonated for you, if you like what I'm doing, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, or comment below the video. Let me know what you'd like to see more of, what you like, what kind of questions you like covered in this kind of daily readings. Do you want me to do any videos without the cards, but rather on certain topics around Twin Flame journey? Okay, I'm just hours away from my dance at the New York Dance Festival, so yeah, fingers crossed it's gonna be exciting and it's gonna work out well. So yeah, if you don't see me with the reading tomorrow, that just means that it was a big day and I needed a day of break, but I don't plan on that right now. So let's see what's going on with Divine Feminine energy. Let's get a card for that. Whoop, we got two cards. And I like what I'm seeing so far. We have Valiant Courage, take action with passion. Yeah, we've been talking about that just in the last reading, right? About finding that passion, understanding what it is, because that's where your gifts are, right? And ultimately that's where your power is, because that is going to be replenishing you, something that is your passion. Now we have Distant Thunder, clear the air. Yeah, so it's kind of like, the way I'm interpreting this card is there is some uneasiness in the air between you and somebody else. Could be with the DM, of course, could be with someone else in your life who's close, who's on your mind. And because of that uneasiness, some misunderstanding or something that wasn't said, it becomes a burden, and you keep replaying certain things in your head, you know, trying to understand what it is all about, whether you did the right thing. So definitely it feels like you're missing some information. So yeah, the best way is to clear the air before it becomes a thunderstorm, either in your head or in the physical life. Okay, what about Divine Masculines? What do you need to know about Divine Masculine energy today? What's the buzz? Okay, I also have two cards. Embrace and enthusiasm. Shout to the heavens with happiness. I love that. You know, dance with the universe. Have some fun. It's about being lighthearted. And another one is in the flow. I love this so much. Everything is smooth sailing right now. So Divine Masculines, you've won that jackpot where everything is gonna be smooth and nice and pleasant. You just need to kind of follow that flow and show up with enthusiasm, to have fun, to be joyful, to have that party, to do something foolish and childish, but something that would be lots of fun. Love this. Good start of the reading. All right, let's see what we have for tarot. So, what's the energy like for Divine Feminine today? Queen of Swords, yeah, the moment of truth. That relates to that clear the air, that the truth is the name of the game, right? It's like the key to finding inner peace right now is finding the truth. Because what I feel about the situation is that it's not that you are avoiding the truth on purpose, it's just that you don't have all the information. And it's gonna be very hard for you to get it without clearing the air with that someone, without talking it through, without finding out more. For masculines, we have Queen of Wands. That's divine feminine energy. Okay, we're gonna pull some clarifiers. What else do we need to know about? Ooh, that was fast. The Star. Aquarius energy. It's about the purpose, the mission, the goal. Okay, so what about it for divine feminine? Page of Swords. What about it for divine masculine? We have Ace of Pentacles and Eight of Pentacles. Okay. Bottom of the deck, Six of Wands. So public victory, public celebration is coming up. If you don't resist the energies, if you don't try to play it safe, to play it small, that's what's in the cards, literally. Okay, let's put some clarifiers. Let's clarify Queen of Swords for DFs. Okay, yep. Wow, for once, the moon, my gosh. Let's clarify Queen of Wands for the masculines. Thank you. Let's clarify Page of Swords, Five of Swords for feminine. I have a lot of swords in for the feminine energy today, and Six of Swords as a clarifier. It's like there's so much going on, so much on your mind, so much that you are processing at this time. And I would say that if you are being too hard on yourself, that you know, it's all your fault, you're bringing it on yourself, and I'm getting that because there's Nine of Swords here as well, one of the sword cards. Don't be. This is partly, it's coming through downloads to you from the universe, certain information, certain aha moments, right? It could be something generic, but it could be, and for the most part, it relates to certain events, to certain people of the past. It could be like starting from early childhood, coming to something very recent that maybe you didn't fully process, you didn't fully understand, and it's kept that doubt or fear lingering somewhere in the background, right? So the universe is helping you digest that and kind of fill in the blanks. And that kind of fills up your mind because, of course, you get that new information and you start processing the situation with that knowledge. Let's clarify Ace of Pentacles and Eight of Pentacles for the masculines. Four of Pentacles. So feminines are all in their thoughts today, and masculines are all about going out there, making the money. I'm looking for the word. Earning their title, their name, their status. Yeah, wow. Okay. Temperance on the bottom of the deck for the clarifying deck. Yeah, so the energies must kind of flow and blend the feminine and the masculine, and it takes time. So if you feel there are some rough corners, just kind of go with it, and with time it will naturally blend together nicely, as long as you don't go into extremes, because when we get emotional, that's usually when we are triggered to kind of go to the extreme of one energy or the other one, which is never a good thing. And including the fact that if you are divine feminine, going to the extreme of the feminine energy is not a good thing. It could be useful for a little while, but not generally, right? And the same way for the masculines, right? You need to kind of see both sides, to feel and to fall into both. Okay, let's get to it. So, Queen of Swords, clarified by Nine of Swords, the Moon, and Four of Wands. Yes, there's a lot of information that's coming up around the union, around what it would take to get there. We have new moon coming up next week. I would say that I'm getting that the timeline for this rethinking and aha moments and digesting the information and seeing the truth and clearing the air, the timeline is by the new moon, which is the 2nd of March. It's going to be new moon in Pisces. So this should kind of sort itself out if you let it, if you let that information in, if you acknowledge it, right? That this is some important information that gives you some new insight into the situation, right? It's gonna alleviate the anxiety, the worry around it, right? And you will get some new knowledge on getting into union with your twin flame. And that will happen even if this situation right now, where you need that moment of truth, where you need more clarity, even if it's not about divine masculine, it's still ultimately the scenario itself is gonna help you find one of the missing puzzle pieces for the puzzle of, you know, your roadmap of getting into union. That was quite a metaphor, but you know, that's how it came through. The masculine energy, Queen of Wands clarified by King of Wands. Yeah, so definitely the masculine is feeling more power and more sort of excitement and passion within, and we saw all that joyous energy around as the theme because of divine feminine, either directly through like real life communication or through the 5D world. But they're getting so excited, it's like you're winding them up. If they were a wind-up toy, you're like, woo, really winding them up, and they're good to go. They're like, whoa, yeah, let's do this, let's do that. And it manifests on many levels, of course. So you take it how it resonates for you. I'm sure by now you understand what, you know, the wands could mean so many different things. But ultimately this helps, and that's what we saw that was important in this reading, is to emphasize that this gives the masculine an opportunity to relax, to breathe out, to just be, to feel the joy, to feel gratitude, right? To be in the flow. Just to be in the flow is already enough at the moment. That's key for them to sort of open up, to go like, yeah, that's good, that's good. And good for you, divine feminine, for doing that encouragement. For divine feminine, we have page of, so now we're getting to the part of knowing something about mission and the purpose of it all. So for feminines, we have page of swords and 5 of swords, clarified by 6 of swords. So it's kind of page and 5 make a 6, and we get 6 as a clarifier. Yeah, so the purpose of learning on how to communicate, what healthy communication is like, as opposed to manipulative communication, as opposed to toxic communication, is to find inner peace and balance. Is to be able to reconcile certain past experiences, right? Because we know that we all have ego, and no matter how healthy or unhealthy a certain person is, emotionally, mentally, you know, from time to time we do take, you know, manipulative actions. We can be toxic, right? But very few of us, unfortunately, in this society, in, you know, nowadays, realize what that difference is. And sometimes it's a fine line, and sometimes people have good intentions when they're being manipulative, and that doesn't justify it. It's still, at the end of the day, it's still untrue. It's still not healthy, and that's the purpose of it all. Yeah, so you're basically, through unhealthy communications and through learning information on what communication is all about, what healthy communication is. So it's almost like from practical experience, it's mostly the negative experience that is useful. From theoretical knowledge, it's mostly the positive, like understanding what the good stuff is like. And that it blends in to give you possibility to heal, possibility to reprogram yourself so that you become a healthier person, and to find that balance and inner peace. And that is critical for the mission, because that's a big part of how you're gonna approach your work, your light work, whatever that is in your case, right? That's like a critical point of how to make it truly authentic and useful for yourself and for people, is that it's going to come from a healthy place and it's going to come from a place of love. For the masculine, we have Ace of Pentacles and Eight of Pentacles, clarified by Four of Pentacles. So they see, of course, a lot of their mission is about making something of themselves, is about earning money, is about getting a title in their job, in their occupation, right? That's where they see it. That's where they see what it's all about, right? They need to make something of themselves. But on the clarifying energy is also the kind of playing small or holding back or taking too small of a step or being stuck, right? And that directly relates to money in this case, but it's also the connection between the energy that we have inside, that we exude, and where the universe meets us with the financial stability, with abundance, and with certain titles, right? So this is understanding through hard work, through navigating those social situations, understanding of what it means to be authentic and that's also, I think that was a theme in the last reading for DMs as well, where they are questioning whether they really need to follow all those weird rules of society, of their surrounding, to have success, right? That's the continuation of the topic. This is them understanding that, like, those titles and that amount of money that they have in mind may not be the purpose of it all, right? The purpose of it all is to stop holding back, is to be your authentic self, and then the money will flow, then abundance and success will come, then manifestation will become easy. Okay, I think this is enough for today. Let me just get a few messages from this little deck from masculines to feminines, and we're gonna stop here. What would the masculines like to tell feminines today? I'm sorry that I lied to you. That's especially for those who in the DF section of the reading, if you need to clear the air with someone who is your masculine. It's not for everybody, but for some of you it is with the masculine, and that's what they're telling you. Anything else? Whoop. All right. I fear you will reject me. Yeah, focus on money. So I'm sorry that I lied to you. I fear you will reject me. And I focus on money as I have nothing to offer you. That's what we saw in this last part about the purpose and what they're focusing on, all those pentacles and making something of themselves. Okay, I hope this has been useful to you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. I wish you all the best, and I'll be back with more readings very, very soon. Bye, everyone.